Welcome to Jairam Higher Secondary School, first standard, sixth standard, subject English. Now today we are going to see about the unit number 1 poem The Crocodile. Before that we will see about the author. Lewis Carroll, he was an English fiction writer who wrote and created game as a child. At the age of 20, he received a studentship at Christ Church and was appointed as a lecturer in mathematics. Carroll was shy, but he enjoyed creating stories for the children. His most famous book includes Alice's Adventure in Wonderland. It is a very famous story written by Lewis Carroll, and especially the children like very much because in this story there is a lot of imaginative characters as well as children used to like the Alice in Wonderland, and it is especially a imaginative story. And through the looking glass, this is the writings by Lewis Carroll. Glossary. Before we enter into the poem, you just see the glossary. What is meant by doth? Doth means it is nothing, an expression of Old English for does. Again I am telling, an expression of Old English for does, that we called as doth. Next one, improve. To better, to become better than before. Improvement, isn't it? So improve means what? To become better than before. In subject we need a lot of improvement in our studies, isn't it? Then next one is cheerful. Cheerful means happy. Grin. What is by grin? A broad smile. It may be an unattractive smile. Next one is claws. Claws means what? It is a fingernails. It's for crocodile. In this poem we are going to see. So claws means what? Fingernails. Next one is gently. Gently means softly and mildly. Shining. Shining means what? Reflecting bright light. You just read the glossary one by one when you are free. So look at the poem now. It is very a simple poem, but even though it is a simple poem, it will give a good message for you about the crocodile. Yes. How doth the little crocodile? How doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail? The poet is talking about the crocodile that especially lives in the Nile River. You just see here, how does the little crocodile improve his shining tail and pour the water of the Nile on every golden scale. It is a golden scale. It is refers to golden scale. You look at the picture of crocodile, how it ferociously open its mouth, and then it is a claws, it is a tail, and you see the full body covered with the golden scale. So how does the little crocodile improve his shining tail and pour the water of the Nile on every golden scale? Yes. The poet is talking about the crocodile that especially lives in river Nile. He tells that the crocodile improve his looks by pouring some water on its body. By pouring the water on its body, it makes it shine in a very creative manner, and then it makes its scale in especially in the golden color. So only they have given here on every golden scale. It pours some water on the body and its color become what color? Golden color. So entire scale, the entire body become a golden color. That is the first stanza meaning. Next you see how cheerful. Cheerful means I told you before, happy, isn't it? How cheerful he seems to grin a broad smile, isn't it? How neatly spread its claws and welcome little fishes in with gently smiling jaws. This is a jaws. It welcoming the little fishes for eating purpose. You just look over here. How cheerful he seems to grin. How neatly spread his claws and welcomes little fishes in with a gently smiling jaws. Yes, the crocodile shows good manners. His smile, his cheerful, he is so gentle and we just forget it is as a wild beast. The crocodile start grinning to welcome the fellow creatures. For what purpose it is welcoming? Means to eat in a joyful manner. So the crocodile start grinning to welcome the fellow creature. He spreads its claws neatly. It open its wide mouth. You just see here, it's open its wide mouth to catch the little fishes. So this is the meaning of the crocodile poem. How does the little crocodile improve his shining tail and pour the water of the Nile on every golden scale? How cheerful he seems to grin, how neatly spreads its claws and welcome little fishes in with gently smiling claws. So this entire poem refers to the how its opening is claws and how it's improved its shining tail with the help of the Nile river, and then how it's just opened its wide mouth to welcome the little fishes. Yes, so this is the message given in the poem about the crocodile. This poem is made up of 2 stanzas. How many stanzas are there? There are 2 stanzas, and each of these stanza is again made up of 4 lines. This poem contains 2 stanza. In this 2 stanza you will be able to watch here how many lines are there? 4 lines. Yes, hence this entire poem consists of 8 lines. The speaker of this poem is a protagonist of the novel, that is Alice in Wonderland. Yes, and then before that you can see here rhyming. What are the rhyming words they have given in the poem? So what are the rhyming word? Here you just see class, and then here they have given us jaws, isn't it? Class and then what? Jaws. This is a rhyming word for you. And what another? Grin, and then another one is what? In. Grin, another one is what? In. And then here you see tail, another one is what? Nail. So these are the rhyming words they have given in the poem. And then next one we will see what are the rhyming words and rhyming. Next you will see the rhyme scheme. What is my rhyme scheme? So crocodile, you just see the last word. If it is same you have to tell us a. Okay, you just see crocodile, tail, Nile, scale. So this is A, and second line is B, next one is A, and next one is what? B. This is the rhyming scale for you. You just see here crocodile and crocodile, Nile. So A, tail, scale. So it is B. What are the rhyming scheme for the first stanza? A, B, A, B. Yes. Next we will move to the second stanza. So this is what? C, and this is D, and this is what? C. Next one is D. Grin in. So we call this one as C. So it is same, isn't it? So grin and in we called as C, and class and jaws, the rhyming scheme is D. So once again I'm telling what are the rhyming scheme they have given in the 2 stanza. A, B, and then here C, D, again C, D. This is about the crocodile. And crocodile we know very well. Crocodile, it is a large semi-aquatic reptile that lives throughout the tropic in especially in Africa, Asia, and in America, and in Australia. So this is the information they have given in the unit number 1 poem, the crocodile. I hope children you have understood about the crocodile. You just see here it is having a long mouth, isn't it? And see the eye, then see the teeth, how sharp it is. For what purpose it is widely opening its mouth? To welcome the little creature, that is the little fishes, to swallow. And this is the nail, and then this is called as what? Class. I told you know how it's just welcoming the little fishes for eating purpose. You just look over the picture carefully. Next, do you know the Madras Crocodile Bank is one of the largest reptile zoos in the world, and then it is a shelter for native wildlife and a secure nesting beach for olive ridley turtles especially. It is located at East Coast Road, Kovalam in Chennai. This is your book back exercise, so you have to refer the textbook. Choose the rhyming words from the box and write them in the correct plans. So class, and then what? Chas, cars, and then this is pass. Next one, grin, in. So another word is what? Din, and then this one, thin. Next one, crocodile, Nile. So here, file. Next one is what? While. Next one is tail, scale. What is a rhyming word for this? It is nothing, nail, and then mail. So these are the 4 rhyming words for you. It is a book back exercise for you, so you have to look over the textbook. So next we are going to look over the supplementary part. Only a simple poem, so we are going to see the supplementary also in this video. So it is called as what? Owl. We know very well, owl, isn't it? So look, this is the topic also for you, Owly. What is the topic name for supplementary? Owly. Yes. So before we are entering into this lesson, we just see the glossary. So panic. What is by panic? Panic means nothing. It is fear. Abandon. To leave somebody that you are responsible for. So you have to take care of. It may be a person or it may be a animals or birds. Next one is injury. Injury means what? It is a wound. Injury means what? Wound. Unexpected. What is my unexpected? Feeling uncomfortable. Next one is carton. What is by carton? A small container made of plastic or it may be a cardboard. That is called as what? Carton. Next one is what? Picked. What is meant by picked? To eat or bite something with its beak. Especially the birds used to eat or it may be bite something with its beak, isn't it? With the help of beak only, what it used to do, to eat or bite something for living in the world. Next one, excited. Excited means nothing. It is showing your joy. While you are feeling so happy, how you used to feel? You used to feel very excited, isn't it? Yes, that is called as what? Excited meaning. Next one is anti-meat. Anti-meat, it is nothing. Those who are not eating the meat in their entire life, they won't like the meat to eat, so that person we called as what? Anti-meaters. Okay, so opposing the use of meat as a food stuff. Next one is minced. Minced, it is very simple word. Minced means the bird can't able to eat a full food, isn't it? So what it used to do, it used to cut into a small pieces and then it used to eat. That is called as what? Minced. So panic means it is fear. Abandon means it is called as to leave somebody that you are responsible for. Next one is injury. What is meant by injury? Injury means wound. Unexpected, uncomfortable. Carton, a small container made of plastic or cardboard. What is meant by pick? Picked means to eat or bite something with its beak. Next one is excited. Excited means what? Showing joy. Anti-meat, opposing the use of meat as a food stuff. Next one is minced. What is meant by minced? Just now I told you, food. It is cut up into small pieces. Yes, we will move to the supplementary right now. Before that, you are having some other meaning. Shoved. Shoved means to push with sudden movement. Push with a sudden movement. Perch. What is my perch? There is nothing. To sit on a branch. Shifted means moving from one place to another. Knickknacks. Knickknacks means nothing. We are having some worthless object, especially in the household object. No, that is called as what? Knickknacks. Next one is seldom. What is meant by seldom? It is nothing, not often. Shined, deep breath, isn't it? When you are feeling tired, you are having a long breath. That is called as what? Shined. Next one is curo. Curo means nothing, unusual. Pretending, imagined, make believe. Pretending means what? Imagined, make believe. Winked, to close and open one eye very quickly, usually as a signal to somebody. That is called as what? Winked. Okay, now you just look into the supplementary very carefully. Mom, Paul yelled in panic. Panic means what I told you, fear, isn't it? Yelled means shouting or crying in a very loud manner. Mom, Paul yelled in panic. Owl is gone. Where would she have gone, Paul? Her mother is asking to the Paul where the owl is gone. She was right there sleeping in her cage a little while ago. Paul is telling to her mother that the owlie was sleeping in the cage just now I have seen a little moment ago, but the owlie is not here now. So she is telling to the mother that owlie has gone somewhere. So she is crying in a ill manner. But she is not there now. And mom, the door to the garden is open. So Pyle is thinking in the mind that definitely I think so the owl gone somewhere because the garden is opened. So definitely the owl want to move anywhere. That got Pyle's mother running into the room. So immediately after hearing the information from Pyle, the mother is running into the room. Sure enough, there was no sign of owlie. So they were searching anywhere and then everywhere in their home, but they can't able to find the owlie. So this is the first paragraph, meaning that mom and then Pyle, she is a daughter for the mother. So mom is calling the Pyle and then she is inquiring where the owl gone. So Pyle is in a yield manner and in a fearful mood. She is informing that the owlies had gone somewhere. So they are searching in somewhere as well as in the home also, but they can't able to find out the owlie. That is the meaning for the first stanza. Next one. What was an owl doing in the house, you ask? Well, Pyle's house was a home to all kind of creature, especially for the abandoned animals. People brought lost dogs, injured cat and baby birds that had fallen out of the cage to Pyle's mother. It was not that they had a large farm or even a large house. It just then everyone know that Pyle's mom had a big heart. Just look here in the second paragraph, the owl, okay, what we will use to think what owl is doing in their house, because we will have some pet animals such as cat and then dog and then some other birds, isn't it? That anybody can give a place to a owl in your home? No, isn't it? So what was an owl doing in their house? It is a biggest question that it will raise in your mind. So it is a house for especially the Pyle's house. It is a house for a abandoned animal. Abandoned means they who want to take care, isn't it? So that is called as what? Abandoned. So owl is and then some kind of lost dog and then injured cat and then baby bat, that and all used to have in the house. Whose house? Pyle's house. So abandoned house means it is a nothing. It is a place to take care of animals as well as the birds. So a Pyle mother is having a big heart and then a kind creation attention towards the animal and as well as the birds. She used to take care of the abandoned animals as well as the cats too. It just that everyone know Pyle's mother had a big heart, but even in a household used to such unexpected visitors, owlie advent had been memorable. Shefali Didi has just turned up one day carrying a carton. So one day what happened? Shefali, she is a Didi and then she is carrying a carton to Pyle's home. So Pyle's home, it is a house for carrying the taking care of the abandoned animals such as cats, dogs and then many birds. Especially the owlie visit to their home is an unexpected one because they are taking care of owlie in a great manner. When Pyle's mother opened the carton, there was a smallest owlie sitting in one corner. You just see here who is bringing the carton. that is Shifali Didi is bringing the carton. When Payal's mother opened the carton, she can able to find out the smallest of owlets sitting in one corner, a small brown of there is a ball of brown and it is looking in a grey color. Payal mother picked her up gently. So Payal is taking the owlie in a very gentle manner and keeping in her lap, talking to her just as she would to the dogs. How she take care of the dogs and the cats, likewise what she is doing, she is just taking the owlie in a very kind manner and then she is keeping the owlie in her lap and then she is talking to the owlie. She had never handled owls before. That is Payal's mother. Before that she didn't handle the owlies, so she was very careful not to get picked. When the owl got used to her and seemed relaxed enough, Payal's mother placed inside a cage. So what Payal's mother is doing, she is taking the owl and then she is very carefully handling the owl and then she is keeping inside the cage in a safe manner. There were always an empty cage in Payal's house just in case of bird dropped in. The baby owl climbed on the rod and settled herself. Now what happened? The owlie, it is settling in a small cage and then it is taken care very carefully by the owlies, Payal's mother and Payal. They are searching the name also and then they are taking care of owl in a great manner. Mom, what shall we call her? Now Payal is inquiring in an exciting manner. What can we call the owl? What the name we can keep for the owl? You choose a name, said her mother, smiling. Immediately mother is telling to the Payal, you just decide a name for owl. How about owlie? So they are keeping for the name for who? Owl as owlie. So the baby owl name is what? Owlie. So asked Payal. So owlie, it was a name settled, but there was a bigger problem. What does one feed an owl? Now they are having a lot of question in their mind. They know very well what the dogs used to eat. They know very well about what other animals and then other bird in their house they used to eat, but they don't know about owl, what they used to eat. So they have kept the name as a owlie and then they are very carefully, as well as they are choosing the name and then they are taking very gently and then they feel very happy to have the owl in their home. So we are looking about owls now. So owls we know very well, it is called as a hunter. They used to eat what? Rats. You just look over the picture here. This is called as what? Owl, and then what it is having in their beak? It is a rat, isn't it? So owl we called as what? Hunters. They eat rats and snakes and what? Frogs. And in Payal house they were all vegetarian, even the dogs too. Okay, in the Payal home, all the people they eat only the vegetables and then some kind of fruits and then fully vegetarian. But even the dogs they used to eat only the vegetarian. But owlies are hunter, but they have to take care of the owlie, so they have to give some non-veg to the owl. So what they are going to do, you just look over the paragraph here. Payal's mother was totally anti-meat. Anti-meat means those who hate the meat, that person we called as anti-meat. But now that owlie had come to stay, she had to get over her dislike for meat. That was another reason why the day was memorable. For Payal and for Payal mother, the day was very memorable. Why? Because they are just getting the meat with the help of one person and then they are bringing the meat to their home. This is the first time they are bringing the meat for their home. So this day was considered as a memorable day. It was the first day that meat was brought to the house. Payal got the number from her friend and called the meat shop to ask them to deliver only a half a kg of minced. Minced means I told you to cut into your pieces. They put the meat before owlie. So you just see how the great person out, that is a Payal and then Payal's mother, isn't it? Even though they are not eating any kind of non-veg item, they are just bringing some kind of meat from the meat shop, and then they are just providing the food items to the owl. So such kind of great and then a care person we called who? Payal and then Payal's mother. So you just look over the picture once again. Owls are called as hunter. They used to eat the rats, especially snakes, and then a frog. So even though they are the anti-meat person, they are just providing the food items to the owlie. If the mother owl had been there, if the mother, you just see the paragraph is very important. If the mother owl had been there, she would have softened the meat and shoved it down owlie's throat. Suppose mother is, that is a Payal mother is thinking in the mind, suppose the owl mother is there, definitely they would use to soften the meat, and definitely they used to shove it down into the owlie's throat. If the mother owl is there, definitely it will give a good food to the little baby owl. Payal mother decided she had to be the mother owl. So now we know very well only who came, the Shefali Didi only brought the baby owl, isn't it? So only a baby owl only is inside the cage. There is no mother owl. So what Payal's mother is deciding, she want to become a mother to the owl too. Already she was a mother to a cat and then a lot of birds and then animals and even to the Payal, but she decided to be the mother of a owl too. So she picked up a tiny bit of meat with her right hand and squashed it up till it was a soft. So how we human beings are giving food items to the baby, isn't it? So we used to squash and then it until it becomes soft. We used to have some kind of rice or whatever material in our hand. When we are giving to the baby, we used to squash it properly, isn't it? Likewise what mother is doing, that is Payal's mother, she just picked a tiny bit of meat. Even though they are not eating, they are just squinting it and then until it become a soft. Then with her left hand she pressed open owlie's beak and shoved the food down. Now what happened? She just pressed open owlie's beak. She just opened the mouth of the owlie and then they are giving the food to the owlie. In the beginning, we just seen owlie had been forced to eat. That was whose job? Mom's job. But owlie soon realized that if a hand came towards her, it meant food. Her mouth would open automatically and her beak would snap around what offered. Only owlies found it difficult to know whether she was being offered food and would try to make a bit of any other hand that came her way. This means lot of bitten finger for mother Payal and her mother. In the beginning we know very well owlie cannot able to eat the food item with her own, isn't it? Because though it was a small baby, definitely if we are a baby, we can able to eat by ourselves. No. So likewise the owlie is thinking in the mind, suppose if we grow, definitely we can able to eat the food item by ourselves. Now who is giving the food item? Only the Payal and her mother. Soon what happened? Payal took over the job for looking only after the owlie. She saw that the cage was cleaned every day. She filled the water bowl. Once owlie began to eat by herself, Payal too could feed her. She loved the way owlie took a piece of raw meat from her hand. So now what happened? Payal took her job in the sense carrying of the owlie in a very great manner, and then she saw every day what is her work means. She used to see the house as well as what are the animals are eating, and especially the owlie. The owlie's cage is very clean or not. So this is the work for whom? a Payal. Even though the Payal mother is taking care of other animals, Payal too used to check the owlie's cage every day, and then she used to fill the water in a water bowl. And then once the owl got eaten by themselves, that is herself, Payal, even though it can able to eat by herself, Payal too could feed her because she loved the owlie very much. So she just to allow the way how it is taken the raw meat from the hand. So this is the relationship between who? Owlie and Payal. During the day, Payal kept the cage covered. Owls are night birds, so they slept during the day. So we know very well that information. Owls are night birds. It used to sleep, isn't it? So they slept during the daytime. Night time, what it used to do? It used to do some works. It used to move from one place to another place. So they slept during the daytime. At night, when owls are active, Payal took off the cover. They had decided that they would let Owlie fly away once she had grown become. Definitely they know very well Payal and her mother. After it become a gray, it some grow bigger. Definitely it used to fly in the sky. Though it was a baby only, it is staying in the cage. But that meant that she had to learn to fly. To do that, Owlie had to be in a closed room. So what Payal and then Payal mother is deciding, owl means it want to fly in the sky. So they are offering a closed room to have some practice to fly in the sky. After much discussion, Owlie's cage was shifted to the library. So now they choose the room. They are shifting the Owlie to the library. It was a lovely room with the two doors, one which led to the rest of the house and another it was opened into the garden. It is a lovely room called as a library. In that room we are having a two doors. One is for rest of the houses and another is for the garden. It was also Payal's favorite room. It had in the entire room it having a tall bookshelves, and she spent several hours there for reading all kind of books. Her mother loved pretty things and displayed them here along with the books. So the room is very precious for for Payal and then Payal's mother. So there were a beautiful pieces of pottery, dolls from wherever they have traveled. Whenever they used to travel for a long distance, they used to purchase a beautiful wooden items and then pottery items, a doll and then lot of books item, and they used to kept in the library. Initially, Payal would shut the cage door every morning when she popped into to say hello to Owlie before going to the school. So whenever Payal is trying to moving to the school, she used to open the Owlie's room and then she used to say hello to the Owlie. She would always find Owlie on her perch inside the cage, though the cage door was still open. But Payal knew Owlie was playing because she found bits of meat all over the room. So the entire room is fully covered with what? A meat. So whenever Owlie feel hunger, definitely it used to fly and it used to eat all the bits of meat. So it always used to have a round around the room. After some time, Payal stopped shutting the cage door even during the daytime. Every day when Payal came back from the school, the first thing what she used to do, she used to look over into the library to watch what the owlies are doing. She would find Owlie fast asleep on her perch. So after she come from the school, she used to move to the library and she will watch what the owl was doing. So when the owl was only what it will do, it will fast asleep on her perch. But today was different for Payal. The cage was empty and there was no sign of Owlie, and the door to the garden was open. So now that Payal, she can't able to find the Owlie in the room, so she is feeling a lot. Now she is calling the mother. Payal mother, she's coming, hauled, who left the garden door open? How we will find the owlies now? Don't panic. The mother is giving advice to the Payal. Don't get fear. Definitely the owlie should be here only. We have to search the owlie. So she must be somewhere around. She's telling that owlie will be somewhere around, so you don't get any fear in your mind. They shut the garden door and looked in every corner of the room, behind door, on the top of the top bookshelf, in every nook and the cranny, but there was no owlie. They are searching in the library, in the bookshelf, and in the entire room, but they can't able to find the owlie. Immediately tears ran down Payal's cheek. They had wanted owlies to fly, but not soon, isn't it? They're having the desire that definitely one day owlie want to fly, but not so soon. She was still so small. It was a small owl. How can it fly? How would she hunt for her food? So what if a kite or eagle swooped down on her? Finally mom said, well, no, owlies had gone. We may as well as leave the door open and add the room. Wiping her tears, Payal threw open the doors to the room. She hoped secretly that owlie would come if the door was kept open. So now what Payal is doing, Payal just opening the door, and then she just kept open remain. One day definitely she know very well Payal, that is the owl, will come back to the library. Suppose she is having a lot of fear in the mind. Suppose a kite or a eagle swapped down, what will happen? Definitely the owl will die. And how they hunt the food? So these are the problem faced by the owl. Where the baby owl went? So she is feeling a lot in her mind. Mom left the room to go down her afternoon errands. When she came back of her house, Payal was sitting gazingly mournfully. Mournfully means very sadly out owlie's cage. Why don't you found yourself a good book to read? Mom is asking. Don't get any worry. You just go and take a book and read. Like that, who is telling? Payal's mother is telling. She knew that reading a book was the only way to Payal would cheer up. Mom knew very well that only Payal will get very happy while she was reading a textbook. When Payal was sad, she would read okay, shied Payal and started looking for a book she had not read. Now she refers to the Payal. She noticed a curio on the shelf that she have never noticed before. Hello, where did the one come from? She wondered. Where did her mother get the owl from? She was about to pick it up when the curio opened the eye. It was owlie pretended to be the curio. Mom boiled Payal. She just backed. Don't you ever give me a fright like that again. She scolded the owl and she put her back in the cage. Now what happened? While she was crying, the mother is just giving a advice, and then she is encouraging the Payal. Definitely owl will come back. Now they are noticing the in a curio, she can able to find out the owl. So now they felt very happy, and then they are taking the owl in a gentle manner again, and they are scolding the owl, where you have went, and then why you are giving us such kind of fearful in our mind. And then now what happened? They are taking the owl and put her back in her cage. So this is the story about what? Payal, and then Payal's mother, and about what? Owlie. So we know very well owlies, it is a kind of a hunter. Even though it was a kind of hunt animal, Payal's mother and Payal, they have given a lot of importance to the abandoned animal. This is a great story, as well as the supplementary they have given in the unit number 1. So in unit number 1 prose, we have seen about the sea turtle, and about in poem we have seen about the crocodile, and in the supplementary we have seen the what? Owlie. Yes, so we have to take care of the animals in a kind manner, and then we should not create any pollution to the animal. We have to safeguard, and then we have to create a green environment. This is the responsibility you are having in your life, and you are having a lot of responsibility and duty to take care of the green environment. I hope you have understood the prose, poem, and the supplementary in unit number 1. Thank you, children.